It's Saturday, the 22nd of August 2015, and I'm back in West Bergholt for another walk along the Essex Way. And there's the bus stop where I've just got off the bus. Now on the Essex Way, which passes the parish church in West Bergholt. Now leaving West Bergholt, there's the village sign. And there's the other side of the village sign. The Essex Way heads along Armoury Road out of West Bergholt village. Now on the first proper footpath of the walk, a typical flat Essex landscape has opened up to the left. The Essex Way now crosses fields towards the village of Great Horkesley. And there's the usual evidence. The waymark that we're on the Essex Way, and that's the path ahead. Now at Great Horkesley there's the Half Butt Inn. Looks like it's closed, at least temporarily. Now taking this enclosed path away from Great Horkesley. Further on, the walk passes these magnificent beasts. There's a horse. No comment needed, really. The Essex Way now heads along this concrete track. Still on the concrete track, great views to my right. The Essex Way now heads towards these woods. Now heading through the woods. At the end of the woods, the walk comes to this road. The Essex Way goes along this road for about half a mile. We turn left at the road in the last clip and then right along this one. Still on the Essex Way, of course. Off the road now and heading along that track ahead. The track bears left along the edge of this field. Beautiful trees in the distance there. The hedgeside path in the last clip leads to this small road where the Essex Way turns right. The Essex Way turns left here at Dedham Carter's Vineyard. Turns left off the road here down this track. At the vineyard the path passes this pleasant lake. The Essex Way heads along this green track with the vineyard over to my right. At the end of the vineyard, the Essex Way swaps to the other side of the hedge and goes along the edge of this field. The path comes to this road. We turn right and we turn left along the next road ahead. We leave the roads along this pleasant lane. Now on this very pleasant hedgeside path. The Essex Way comes to the church at Boxted. And there's another view of Boxted Church. The Essex Way goes through the churchyard. Now walking along a road away from Boxted village, and on my left the views open up over the Stour Valley. Beautiful. The Essex Way leaves the road out of Boxted village, up that track there. The Essex Way heads along this beautiful wooded track. Just look at these beautiful views. Still on the wide track. Just a few yards on from the last clip, the Essex Way passes this beautiful lake on the right. At this point the Essex Way turns right off the wide track. We now pass this impressive barn. The Essex Way comes to this triangular junction and heads up this minor road ahead there. On the road this interestingly shaped dead tree is passed. And that's the Essex Way ahead. The Essex Way leaves the road by this footpath over this stile. This is on the right hand side of the road. Now heading across the fields to the right hand edge of the wood ahead. Good Essex vista to my right. The way cuts through the hedge and joins this gravel track with tremendous views ahead and to my left. The Essex Way now comes to this small road and turns left. A few yards along the road in the last clip, the Essex Way turns right along this path across fields. The walk now comes to another small road, crosses directly over to head up that lane there. Great views to my left again. And there's the lane ahead. The Essex Way bears right off the lane to cross this pleasant meadow. The Essex Way turns right to climb to Langham Church. Now at the church at Langham. Beyond Langham Church, the Essex Way turns left along this avenue of lime trees. And there's a view back to Langham Church. Now at the old A12 road, we turn left to here and then right along another road to cross the new A12. Now crossing the new A12 road. The Essex Way leaves the road for a path beside the River Stour. Heading towards Dedham village along the Essex Way. We're in the heart of Constable, painter country. Now heading along this lane to Dedham village. Now at the High Street in Dedham. Now passing the church at Dedham. And here's a Routemaster bus for a wedding at the church. There's the War Memorial in Dedham. Now heading away from Dedham, the Essex Way goes along these playing fields, and there's the view over to the church. The walk turns left from the playing fields onto this enclosed path. The walk goes between these two trees, an oak on the left and a conifer on the right. The Essex Way crosses the footbridge ahead. The walk turns right along this road. From the road, the Essex Way turns left, and then the path eventually crosses this meadow. After the meadow, the way comes to this road where it turns right. Now heading away from the road on this hedged path. I think it just comes to another road though. Further along the path, a good view opens up to my left. By the way, it's very, very hot today. I haven't mentioned it before. Not really conducive to all this walking. But that's the Essex Way ahead. Further on, this is a very pleasant view. And there's the path ahead. As I said earlier, the path eventually leads to another road where we turn right for about 250 yards. The Essex Way turns left off the last road to cross this meadow to another road. Now at the next road, the path goes directly across. The Essex Way is heading along this path through paddocks to the crossing of the main London to Norwich railway line. The Essex Way now crosses the main London to Norwich railway line. There's the path ahead. After the railway, the Essex Way enters woodland. I'm starting to get very tired. The Essex Way emerges from the woods to head along this clear path. Good views over to my left. That's the way of the Essex Way. Yet another road where we turn right and take a path off to the left. The Essex Way turns off the last road along this clear gravel path. The way bears right off the gravel track to cross this field. The way passes St Mary the Virgin Church, Lawford. On the next footpath there are great views ahead, and that is the way ahead. Of course, at the end of the walk there would be a fairly steep climb. Now at the main A137 road, I shall be leaving the Essex Way and heading for Manningtree railway station. And now at Manningtree station, and the end of today's epic 15 odd mile walk along the Essex Way.